box. It might actually be in my board game suggestion video I did last time. You have, open it up. So these cards in here are like cardboard cards, and then you put them in these sleeves. Let's put that box down. So you get the board game. You have a bunch of cards and a bunch of sleeves. You can put them in to protect them. Why they don't come sealed or anything like that, I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah, I've got no answer. But you get the cards, put them in their seals, right? So you have a bunch of cards, and I'll talk to you about them shortly. They're all different characters. They have different numbers at the top that are important, and I'll tell you why. We'll get to that. Got some cards here that you want to shuffle like a deck of cards, because no one can know what they pick up. So we'll put that down for a minute. We have these, which are your kind of rule cards. I have two different types because this is the extended edition. The original normal edition is for 2 to 4 players, and it has from 1 to 8 for the characters. And then with the extension, it is for 5 plus players, and the value goes all the way up to 9. So, my brother got me this, my brother and his wife, not just him, and she watches the videos sometimes, so thank you, Izzy. Not just him. It's just easy when family, oh, my brother, yeah, they got it for me, legends. Now, you also have these wooden hearts. This is how you keep track of the score. A bunch of little hearts. If it wants to focus. There. We have a yellow one in there somewhere. And you keep track of the score with them, and I'll tell you how many you need to win. I am holding back on you because I need to double check in the rulebook that I'm right. And that's it. So it's a really good game if you are traveling somewhere and you need to pack a small thing. And don't forget, this is the expansion. The normal one for 2 to 4 players is smaller and really easy to pack away. So we have the rulebook again, the normal one, as I'm sure is smaller. This is the premium edition. Oh, I got looked after. A card game of quality romance and intrigue for 2 to 8 suitors of age. Ages 14 and up by Seiji Kanai. Object of the game. In the wake of the arrest of Queen Mariana for high treason, none was more heartbroken than her daughter, Princess Annette. Suitors throughout the city-state of Tempest sought to ease Annette's sorrow by courting her, seeking to bring some joy into her life. You are one of these suitors, trying to get your love letter to the princess. Unfortunately, she has locked herself in the palace, so you must rely on intermediaries to carry your message. During the game, you hold one secret card in your hand. This is who currently carries your message of love for the princess. Make sure that the person closest to the princess holds your love letter at the end of the day, so it reaches her first. The aim of the game, and we'll get to that in this instruction booklet, is to, as it said, have the hold the suitor that's going to get to her first, but that suitor needs to be the highest value to win. one suitor. She becomes enamored and grants that suitor permission to court her. That player wins the princess's heart and the game. On your turn, draw the top card from the deck and add it to your hand. We're going to put that not in a visible eyeline because I don't have a desk here. Down below me. I'm going to take that one. It's going to be in my hand. Then choose one of the two cards now in your hand and discard it face up in front of you. So you always start the game with one card, and then when it's your turn, you pick up another. Now I'm going to read these two, and we're going to determine why I chose one over the other. This is the Baroness. She is worth 3 points. Choose one or two other players. Look at their hands. So you play that, you get to see what the other hands are. This is good because you might be able to get them out using other cards. My other card is the Countess. Now the Countess is worth 7 points. That's a good card to finish very high number. You want the highest number to finish to win that round. If you have this card and the king or prince in your hand, you must discard this card. So, if you had the king or the prince and you put this card down because you have to, because it says you have to, all of a sudden people are probably going to assume you have the king or the prince because they can literally read their little rule guide next to them and be like, oh, you know, that's the Countess. The Countess is on the yellow one. That must be played if you have prince or king. So, pretty obvious, right? Now if you had another card, for instance, the guard. Now the guard is the most prolific suitor. There are many of them. They're only worth 1 point. That's why there's so many there. They're a low card. But the card says this: name a number other than 1 and choose another player. If they have that number in their hand, they are knocked out of the round. So if someone played the Countess and I figured they had a prince or a king, prince being worth 5 points, king being worth 6, I would play the card and go, I think you have a number 6. And if they have the king, they're out of the game. I got rid of him. If they say no, I don't have a number 6, you're going to assume it's a number 5, and then someone else in the group might be like, wait, I think they've got a prince. They play their card. They're out of the game. So the card's a pretty boring card because it's not worth many points, and it's hard to guess the number when it's a 1 in 9 chance of getting it right. Well, actually, no, it's not, because you can't choose a 1, you have to choose 2 or higher. Anyway, there you go. So that's some of the cards. We might as well go through the rest of the cards. The princess is worth 8. If you discard this card, you are immediately knocked out of the round. So you always keep the princess. The count is worth 5 points. If this card is in your discard pile at end of the round, add 1 to the number of the card in your hand. That's good. So if you get rid of the count early on, anything you finish up with is worth an extra point. So here's a good one to get rid of early on. This, I think it's a sycophant. Not psychophant, sycophant. Choose any player. If the next card played has an effect that requires 1 or more players to be chosen, they must be one of them. So that's a good way to get some of the heat off you. You've got the cardinal. Whoops. The cardinal. Right there. Choose 2 players. They must trade hands. Look at one of their hands. It's a good way to find out what they got so you can use a card on them later on and screw them over. The bishop is worth 9 points. He's worth a lot. Name a number other than 1 and choose another player. If they have that number in their hand, gain an affection token. They may discard their hand and draw a new Assassin is really cool because there's lots of cards and they get used quite prolifically. But if you have the Assassin, which is this card here, looks pretty cool. If you have this card in your hand when another player chooses you as part of a card's effect, they are knocked out of the round and you are not. Discard this card and draw a new card. So that's a really good one to have when you're waiting. So it's worth zeros at the end of the round. It's no good, but it's good to have at the start to try and screw someone over. Now there is one card for like pretty much a guaranteed point. I'm trying to find it. Oh, this is good. The Jester. The Jester. There we go. If the chosen player wins the round, gain an affection token. So you can play the Jester and go, I'm choosing whoever's on the left of you. Sally, I'm choosing Sally. If Sally wins, you also win. That's a cool card. You know, it gives you like a second chance. Also then, if there's only two of you left and you play that on them, if you win, you win, and if they win, you also get a win. So that's a really good card. And maybe that's the one I was thinking of that gives you like a nice easy token. Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah. Anyway, getting back on track. Taking a turn, so you play a card and you pick another up. We just discussed a lot of what the cards do. Then you go on to the next person. Out of the round, if a player is knocked out of the round, that player discards the card in his or her hand face up, but does not apply the card's effect and takes no more turns. I guess that's just so people can see what they've played. Honesty. There are various ways that a player could cheat, so, you know, don't cheat. That's bad. Here we go. End of round. A round ends if the deck is empty at the end of a player's turn. The royal residence closes for the evening. The person closest to the princess delivers the love letter, and Princess Annette retires to her chambers to read it. All players still in the round reveal their hands. The player with the highest number in their hand wins the round. That's what I said, highest point, la la la. In case of a tie, players add the numbers on the cards in their discard pile. The highest total wins. I've never had a tie before, but cool. If there is still a tie, then all tied players are considered to have won the round. A round also ends if all players but one are out of the round, in which case the remaining player wins. After a round ends, the winner or winners, if there's a tie, receive a token of affection, the love heart. Shuffle all 16 cards, play a new round. The winner of the previous round goes first. Game ended out a win with 2 to 4 players. 2 players, you need 7 tokens. 3 players, 5 tokens. 4 players, 4 tokens. With 5 to 8 players, a player wins after winning 4 tokens. So you want to get 4. In my head I thought it was 3, so I'm glad I waited to read the instructions. It is also possible in the 5 to 8 player game that players could tie in terms of winning the game, again because of some of the cards used. The princess has been smitten with several suitors who must now fight for her affection. In such a case, all of the tied players will play another round. Wow, so she can't have 2 winners. A society where she can only have 1 husband or partner. And then it's just about the people. So this video went longer than I thought. I was really just going to give you a brief overview of what I thought and instead explain the whole game. That will determine my YouTube title. But what do I think of this game? Look, it's fun. It's pretty quick rounds. Once you get used to what a card does, you don't even need to read the instructions and see, you just play it. I'm guessing you